Hello, boys and girls, what's going on? It's Tom.
And it's Jamie. Welcome to the Chronicles of Podcast.
The Chronicles of Bloodstock 2023. If you wouldn't mind, just for podcast purposes, just introducing yourself, please.
I'm Amie from Dakesis.
And I'm Gemma from Dakesis.
Absolute pleasure to have you on here, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing anyway?
Incredibly sober.
Yeah.
Which is not my normal state of Bloodstock.
You sound so disappointed by that fact.
Yeah, my normal state of Bloodstock is not to be sober, but this is an iced coffee in my hand.
It was touch and go last night. For me, anyway.
Oh, Amie did stumble back to the campsite. Luke Appleton filled her with alcohol.
The machine.
And yeah, you were quite... Yeah, so Amie might be a bit delicate today.
Was that by force or...?
I knew what I was getting into, but I intended on like a 2-3 drink evening, and it turned into about 10 or 12.
And Luke was not having
that. I'm only going for one. I'll have 2, maybe 3. I've had about 5 now. It's definitely 7. Fuck, I'm bollocks.
That was the story of last night.
Yeah. It's never one. Everyone does it. No matter how much, just lie to yourself. You know, I'm only going to have a couple.
If I opened 1 can this morning, I'd be drunk right now. So I just didn't. Just waiting until tomorrow. Come off that stage, and then I'm going to do Bloodstock properly.
Yeah. Nice. Iced coffee is a win, though. Iced coffee is a massive win.
So I recommend the coffee place. Very good.
Excellent stuff. So you're excited for your set tomorrow?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, very excited.
A lot. I mean, wouldn't you be? You know, it's a pretty big deal. You know.
Yeah. Very true. Very, very true.
Do you plan differently for gigs rather than festivals then? So like say, because obviously it's going to be a bit of a different crowd, it's not your normal average crowd, so
absolutely.
Just give them all the bangers.
We're giving like our fans are here to see us, and we're going to give them what they want, but you definitely think about, okay, the Sophie stage is like, there's a lot of like cross traffic around it. How do you bring people in?
Yeah.
How do you get people looking through the window and go, oh yeah, I want to check this out? Because that's what you need to do. Like, our fans are going to come and see us regardless, but an opportunity like this is about saying to the wider community, come and have a look at this, you might like it.
Yeah.
You know?
And we curate our set lists based on where we're playing, the location, who the target audience is,
The genres of the other bands playing, you know.
Oh wow, so then it's quite in depth.
Well, the thing, we call ourselves symphonic prog power metal, which puts us in 3 quite different boxes. So we can play a prog festival with a bunch of prog bands and fit in, but we can play you can put us on at a Viking metal festival, and we've got a set list that we can make work for that.
Way.
And like, because of the amount of crossover genre-wise, we do play with death metal bands and indie bands and everything in between, and so we're quite good at shaping the variety of lineups we have to fit that.
So Furious walked past for those people that don't know what's going on here. So.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot there was a camera. Hi everyone, hi mum.
But we're here, we're ambassadors of the Sophie Lancaster Foundation.
Amazing.
I was going to say, are you familiar with Sophie's story, but that amazing tells me yes.
Yeah, we are like a year older or younger than Sophie Lancaster was when she died. Like,
yes.
You know, ultimately, like, to get really heavy, like, it could have been us. So when it happened, we were young alternative women, and it like struck a fucking chord. Or can I swear?
Oh, yes.
It struck a fucking chord. And so it's actually a cause that's really close to our hearts.
It's something that we take forth. So we promote events as well, and all of our shows that we put on. We are really keen to create inclusive, supportive environments, because we know that it doesn't just happen in the general public, but sometimes it happens within the metal scene as well. And it is something that we are really passionate about developing for our shows that we put on, the festivals that we work for, and the festivals that we put on as well. So
and just like spreading the word. Like, we work for a music university, right? So we get to take what the Sophie Lancaster Foundation do and show it to the non-metal heads and be like, okay, in our community, this is how we feel about inclusivity. And it's a really powerful story to explain to people why inclusivity is so important.
Absolutely.
You know, yeah.
So I imagine then, as a band, and you're saying it's a big deal today to be playing at Bloodstock alone, but to be playing on the Sophie Lancaster stage of all stages, that must mean a hell of a lot to fly that flag as well.
100%, yeah.
Especially for women as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But today marks 16 years since Sophie's attack, which is absolutely devastating. But is that anything you guys ever had to go through when you were growing up, being treated differently, either physically or?
So being young alternative women is hard, and I say that I am in my late 30s now, so I'm saying this retrospectively. But being a young alternative woman is really scary. It can be really scary. And when you come into an environment like this, you realise that actually there are lots of like pockets and safe places for you. But walking through a park alone at night is not one of those places then, and it's not one of those places now. And even as an adult who, you know, I've still got blue hair, I'm still an alternative, but I'm not the, you know, the little mole goth I would have been when I was 20, you know. But it's still scary. Yeah, it's still scary, and it's still, I think people see being alternative as a beacon for like, talk about me, look at me, talk to me. You know, I'm doing this because I want your attention, but like I just like having blue hair. I don't want like a bunch of people on the street to shout stuff at me just because I got blue hair, but it happens, you know.
You hear that a lot, don't you? It's like, oh, you're clearly dressing like that. We've got your hair like, you want attention. No, I just like
nothing to do with you, mate. I just like having blue hair.
It's cool colour. Fuck off.
Thank you.
So, we're talking about the foundation. Obviously, you look around places like Bloodstock, and you've seen so many people who are younger generation in that alternative subculture who are going to be our age. They're going to be on that stage one day, no doubt. What do you think charities like the foundation can do to support those people
I think
they're going to be around there?
They are providing like evidence that this is a safe place. I think and I think if you gathered some young alternative women here and asked them how that's those same questions you just asked us, I'd hope that they'd answer differently. I hope they'd feel that it is a safer world, and that certainly in the metal communities it's a safer community and environment than it was when we were 16, 17.
Yeah, absolutely.
Certainly our female friends in bands that are younger than us, they still get some of the like negative behaviour we've experienced, but not in the same way. I do think things are better than they were. Yeah. We've been doing this a long time. We've been doing this since a time when like we didn't know any other girls. Like it took us quite a long time to find other women in metal. Back in like 2008, you know, that it wasn't a thing.
Other women in bands. Yeah, you know, there weren't many people out there apart from
Dakesis, my favourite, my heroes.
Yeah, yeah.
I was going to say, you guys have been going for quite a long time now, haven't you?
Yeah. 2008.
2008. Crazy. So, speaking back about yourselves, you guys looked after the Birmingham Metal to the Masses, right?
We did, yeah.
We did.
We were there for the final.
Oh, so amazing. What a great night.
It was a great night. I'm still a little bit heartbroken Dead Happy didn't win. I'm not going to lie.
They were great.
Because they were phenomenal.
We're Dead Happy and we play electro metal.
Yeah. Absolutely.
They are a party band.
They really are. But how was that? That must have been great to be behind the scenes involved in this as well.
It was, I mean, we started off our Bloodstock journey as a band playing Metal to the Masses years ago. We didn't win.
Motherfuckers.
She's not bitter.
We played the long game.
We did play the long game. We did. And we met so many amazing people through that experience. And since then, we've been supporting Metal to the Masses in its various forms, at various venues, with various promoters. And we've always wanted to get involved. You know, part of our ethos and our working lives is around supporting independent artists and musicians. It's what our recording studio is about. It's what our festival is about. We are really passionate at developing the bands that are coming up.
Yeah.
So to have the opportunity to actually promote Metal to the Masses and bring back the community for Birmingham of how it used to be back in the Roadhouse.
Back in the day.
Roadhouse? Oh, that's a word I've known in a while.
It was incredible. It was really incredible. And the amount of talent, it was so tough. That final was a killer.
Yeah.
A killer.
We've actually we were just having a beer with Nameless over there, who are our Metal to the Masses winners.
There we are.
Little shout out for them.
No, it's amazing. But before we let you guys get out of here, it's been a little while since there's been some new Dakesis music, and I feel like your fans will hurl abuse at me if I don't ask.
It's the 4-year cycle, guys. We know this by now. We keep promising we're going to get faster, but we don't. So we're 3 years into the 4-year Dakesis cycle. We've got about 80% of the music written for the new album, and now you've got to wait for me to write the words. So see you in 2028, you know?
And, you know, we might have a little sprinkle of something.
Yeah, we want to put some more stuff out. Like, lockdown slowed us down. We transferred a lot of our energy to our other. The whole band work in the music industry. We had to fight our way to keep that during and post lockdown. And now the fourth age of Dakesis begins. From this weekend.
We haven't got any more silly projects. You know what normally happens.
We do have a Women at War show this year.
The 4-year cycle normally involves us taking on a stupid project that means that it takes us 4 years to write an album. So we've had like Quest Fest, Women of War, we've had Metal to the Masses. We've put that to bed for a little bit. We've got some time to work on some music.
It's the age of Dakesis.
It's coming. It's
phenomenal.
coming.
That's all we like to hear. 2028, you got it, guys.
Lower your expectations. If I say 2028 and you get it like in 2024, you'll be thrilled.
That is a really good point.
Yeah,
I like
it's
that. That's great. Guys, thank you so much for talking to us.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Amy.
I'll have that back. Thank you very much.
You're really nice, guys.
Thank you.
See you.
Thank you.
See you later.